Last month, Michigan was hit by an ice storm, knocking out power to more than 500,000 Metro Detroiters. A week later, a second storm put 300,000 in the dark.
Yeah, many lost power for multiple days, costing them hundreds of dollars or more to replace food. Some had to stay in hotels. Others bought generators. But how can we get this back to normal? We're joined by State Senator Jim Runestad, a Republican representing the 23rd District. Senator, thank you for being here tonight. And what is your take on what's been going on with DTE? I mean, is it a sign of just we had horrible weather, or are there issues with this utility company?
No, there definitely are issues. This isn't an outlier. We are the second to the worst in having outages and getting them repaired and back up and running. Minnesota, which is a couple states over, much colder, lots of trees, and they're near the best at stopping these outages. So it's not a matter of the climate, it's not a matter of the weather. We have to do some things here in Michigan to improve this, and the costs in Michigan we're one of the absolute top in terms of costs, yet we have these constant outages. So what I'm doing is having a town hall meeting on Monday at 5 o'clock at the Commerce Township Hall for people to come in and be able to ask questions. We've invited DTE, Consumers Power, and the Michigan Utility Commission to come in and answer questions. And people are really upset. My whole district has been impacted very, very negatively, and it just keeps happening. They've had record profits. They want to increase again the rates. So people are just furious, and they want answers.
Now, you mentioned you invited DTE and Consumers. Have they confirmed they will attend?
I have not heard yes or no on DTE. Consumers is not, and the Michigan Public Utility Commission is not going to come. Now, they are going to Jackson, where Consumers has their headquarters. They're going to Dearborn. I haven't heard Dearborn being a huge issue, but Oakland County has been smashed. They're not coming to Oakland County.
Well, there's also they're going to have a virtual town hall as well later this month.
The problem with these things is with the virtual, I've seen these done before. The question comes up, well, that one doesn't look good. Oh, DTE or Consumers Power, you're doing a great job. Let's take that question. Same thing, when they control a town hall, do they take cards and, oh, that one doesn't look good? This one, everyone come up to the microphone. They can ask any questions, no censorship, no screening. They can ask and make any comment they want.
It's not a great look. Do you think these companies are avoiding accountability? I mean, we've been trying, and we will continue trying to get some of these folks from DTE particularly to come here and talk to us, and that has been very difficult to do.
It is. I don't understand. DTE is not, I don't want to attack them because they haven't said yes or no. Consumers has, and the Michigan Utility Commission has said they're not going to come. So we are going to tape it. We are going to be able to turn that over to those three entities for their response. We're going to ask people to write out their complaints. We're going to take down information from people and get that over to the utilities. We want to make sure there's transparency, that nothing is screened, nothing is kind of scripted. People can come in and make their comments, and we will get that to all three of those entities.
Are they just not staffed enough? Do they need to update their power grid and their lines and their headquarters? Is that why potentially they're trying to raise rates through all of this? Is it come down to just manpower and updating facilities?
Well, it's a pretty bad look when they announced a record, was $1.5 billion profits
Some
last
good
week.
Earnings calls recently.
And then also they're going to do rate increases, I think $12 average a month. I was also looking through, and the residential rates have been exploding, but the commercial rates have stayed the same. So they're balancing the back of these costs on top of the residential customer. And on top of that, the amount that they give in campaign donations. Gretchen Whitmer was the #1 to receive campaign donations. She appoints all of the members of the Utility Commission that makes the oversight decisions. So I'd love it if she had a representative there to explain, these are your people. So the governor appoints the people, oversees the utilities, and then they oversee the utilities. So it starts at the governor.
When you think about these earnings calls, these record profits, you're hearing about rate increases or the potential for more rate increases, and then you hear $35 is the credit that is offered to customers who were severely impacted for several days or more. What's your reaction to that?
We have had so many calls into my office that are just furious about this. You get $35 when maybe your pipes exploded, all of your refrigerated goods are lost. You've got to go stay in a hotel or a motel, and you get $35. Yeah, it's an insult.
Obviously, you talk about campaign contributions. They have contributed to your campaign as well in the past. And so how difficult is it for you to sit here and criticize the way they have perhaps conducted business here and have left people in the dark, and you've accepted money from them as well?
I've had campaigns where I had to run as a 50-50 district. A lot of money gets spent on those. I think it was like $2 million in the last race. They gave me like $3,200 or $3,500. I can happily give $3,500 back. That's nothing. What the governor got was well over $100,000. I think it was $115,000. And it's incumbent upon her here. I'm out here for transparency. I mean, is she? Am I hearing her out and about in Oakland County looking at what's going on, the devastation, say, why aren't we getting this fixed? I'm not seeing that.
How about in the legislature, both across the aisle, your fellow party members? Do you think, does it make a difference? It seems to not make a difference to you. It's not a lot of money if they never support you again. Is that fine with you? And do you think it would be fine with your co-legislators?
Well, like I said, I think they gave me $3,600 and spent $300,000 to defeat me in the last election. So balance those two out.
Have you had contact with DTE about finding a way to make this right for customers? I know you have the town hall coming up, but have you spoken to anyone there?
I have, and I will say with DTE, I have had two major issues in my district. They came out. One was a tree issue. The subdivisions thought the trees were all going to be clear cut. They met with every single subdivision president and allayed their fears that that was not going to happen. Another one, they had to put this connector in for this underground pipe, and in Milford they thought there was going to be a giant explosion. They came in, met with absolutely everybody. I have to say, in those two cases, the only two things I called DTE on, they were absolutely fabulous. And by the way, they didn't get involved with trying to defeat me in that campaign. It was the other one. But no, I'm here because I have seen so much going wrong in my district over and over and over again, and I just want them to provide answers.
And we are short on time, but quickly, do you see any relief in the future, even if some kind of legislation is passed? Does DTE end up just passing that cost on back to the consumers?
Well, there's people like me who are going to be raising hell about this. They have got to start upgrading, and again, that goes to the Michigan Utility Commission to oversee this. They're the one that sign off on everything, sign off on the increases, sign off on what are you doing with the money. I think they've been doing a horrible job. Their job is to do that oversight, and they have not been doing it. So I think the buck stops there. I am one legislator, and I'm doing what I can do to stop this stuff, but it's got to come from the top.
Thank you, Senator, so much for joining us. Good insight here on the DTE power outages. Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, this Monday, Senator Runestad is hosting a town hall for 23rd District residents, and that'll be from 5 to 6:15 p.m. at Commerce Township Hall. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.